Welcome to this month's newsletter overview, a podcast that brings you stories of transformation and prayer from around the world through the work of Every Home for Christ. Hi there, and welcome to your June 2025 monthly update from Every Home for Christ Australia and New Zealand. There's a lot happening across the region and around the world, so let's dive in. First up, a message from our National Director, Greg Bondar. Greg recently reflected on the parable of the growing seed from Mark chapter 4, reminding us that God's kingdom grows even when we don't fully understand how. It's a beautiful picture of how sharing the gospel is like sowing seeds, quietly but powerfully transforming lives. Greg's been busy in the past month. He's spoken at churches, met with pastors and Christian leaders, appeared on national radio, and even joined a Burmese congregation for a sermon and lunch. He's also been involved in humanitarian projects like delivering audio Bibles for school libraries in Tonga and fundraising for earthquake relief with the Burmese community. Greg also met with international leaders in Cambodia to discuss how we can continue spreading the gospel across the Asia-Pacific region. The heart of the mission remains clear: carrying Christ to every home, everywhere, in every generation. Kazala Outreach Project. April highlights. Over in Kazala, our food security and outreach project reached 365 families in April, combining practical help with gospel outreach. About 100 of those families received farming training, and crops like cassava and sweet potatoes are now growing strong. There's also a poultry program in motion, with 100 chicks ready to be passed on to families in June. On the waterfront, shallow well construction is facing challenges due to low water levels, but communities are stepping up by contributing materials. And at Skava Madalitso Preschool, 113 kids received over 1,000 high-protein meals last month, with construction on a new kitchen and dining area underway. Parents are even donating half the building materials. Clean Water for Life. Zambia update. In Zambia, access to clean water continues to be a big focus. We're building two types of shallow wells, one with a simple hand pump and one without. The cost ranges from about $334 to $455, depending on the setup. For larger communities, we drill deep boreholes, some fitted with solar-powered pumps. These are more costly, up to around 3,300 Australian dollars. But they serve hundreds of people and rarely run dry. Every well means more dignity, health, and hope for the communities we serve. Upcoming events. There are some exciting events on the horizon. Australian Christian Breakfast on June 11th in Sydney. National Directors Pacific Convention on June 18th in Brighton Les Sands, New South Wales. New Zealand Christian Breakfast coming in November at Parliament House. And don't miss our Christmas Spectacular on November 19th at Nest Dollars Parliament, a great way to celebrate the season together. Be sure to register early. Leave a legacy. Here's something to think about. Each year, Aussies pass down $150 billion in inheritances, but only about 1% goes to charity. If you believe in the mission of Every Home for Christ, consider including EHC in your will. It's a powerful way to continue sowing seeds of faith, even after your earthly journey ends. Invite Greg to speak. Greg Bondar is available to speak at churches, Christian events, and outreach programs. If he's unavailable, don't worry. We've got a team of passionate speakers ready to step in. If you'd like to schedule a visit, just contact the EHC office. Prayer focus for June. This month, we're praying through the books of Jeremiah, Lamentations, and Ezekiel, with daily prayer points for countries like Tanzania, Italy, Kenya, Paraguay, and Albania, as well as special creative access regions where the gospel is shared under more challenging circumstances. Please keep our leaders, including Tanner and Bethany Peak, Greg and Lynn Bondar, and our international directors, in your prayers. Pray for their wisdom, energy, and protection. And don't forget, pray for your own family. Write down the names of your children and grandchildren and lift them up daily. Salvation is the greatest gift you can pray for. That's your wrap-up for June. Whether it's digging wells, distributing food, sharing the gospel, or building partnerships, we're doing it all together, one home at a time. Thanks for being part of this mission. Until next time, stay encouraged, stay prayerful, and keep sowing those seeds. Thanks for listening to this month's episode. To support EHC, you can make a donation at everyhome.org.au/donate.